Hi, y'all, and Merry Christmas. It's Teresa at Carolina Girl Wreaths, and yes, it's Christmas. I'm not crazy, and I've even wore my shirt for you today. It is Christmas today because I'm doing Christmas in July. So I thought I would do that. I thought about it, and I know some others are doing it. And I said, well, let me just do this for my viewers. So, Merry Christmas. And really, it should be Christmas every day. We seem to treat people a little better at that time of year. But anyway, today, I wanted to be making simple, pretty, just Merry Christmas wreath with the Pouf and the Ruffle and the curl method. One of my favorites. I like using them all. And it's going to make it a really full wreath. And I had a person last year asked me a request for one on my store. And so let me just show you. Let me get my glasses on. Gotta get my hat. Well, I've been up early, guys. I couldn't sleep last night. About 3:30 I woke up. And when I do that, I talk to God and I think about things. And I said, let me just get up. So I got up and planned my thing for today. And also, y'all, I'm having a great cup of coffee here. My Amazing Grace cup. Love my little coffee cup here. It's special to me. Anyhow, just before we get started, I hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome back to me. Thanks for coming and viewing me. Anybody that's new. So I hope today that y'all will like this wreath. Actually, grab my sign here. I'm going to be using this Merry Christmas sign. She's pretty. She's gold sparkle. And I got this from Hobby Lobby, I think, when the Christmas stuff was on clearance. She's lightweight. But the reason I chose her too, I'm actually going to be using black. Yeah, black for my Christmas wreath. And I know it sounded, when I first heard of a black Christmas wreath or something, I'm not going to lie to you. I thought, really, a black Christmas? But you know what? It is it's one of the color family. And it is pretty when added with a little gold. So after seeing some of the Christmas wreath and decor in black everywhere in the stores, it can make a pretty Christmas decor. So this is going to be our mesh today. 21-inch mesh, and it's just regular deco mesh. I think metallic, but craft outlet product. And then I have, for my ruffles, we're going to be using just a pretty gold here with the gold lines through it. And it's the metallic deco mesh, 10-inch. And then I found this here. It's more just a plain mesh. And it has the gold around it. I'm going to use that for the curls. So I'm going to try to make it as similar to the one that I sewed last year. And if it turns out like last year's, it's going to be really pretty. So I hope someone will like it. Hey, even all of you might like it. So I've chose these ribbons. I'm going with the black and white plaid. I love plaids. I love to wear them. And the sparkly gold here. And excuse me, y'all. I know I'm kind of this morning, but I have a problem when I first get up like this. And I always have, and I'm over my little sinus thing I had. But I just got to get this barfing out. I guess y'all are the ones that get to hear it this morning. So now I've chose the little gold, same as the big. And I'm going to pair it with this black, smaller, shiny black. And she's lightly wired, but she'll do because I'm going to lay her down some. But she will do. I think she'll be pretty. Okay, everyone. So I'm going to try, because someone asked me before to not cut my camera off at times. And again, I apologize. Well, I guess I'm just saying I feel bad because I don't know how to run up my videos. And I wish that I did, and I don't. And to be honest, my daughter, she can't help me as much as she'd like to show me because she knows about some of this stuff on doing videos. And so I'm going to try to do as much as I can, and I'll keep going. But if you get tired or want to wait till going down the road with me, you just run me up, okay? So anyway, so here we go. Oh, faithful Dollar Tree wreath frame. She's all done up in black. And this is my original one, guys, the one that I make with the 15 pipe cleaners on it, okay? I'm old school. I have to go back sometimes. But this is the one I have the tutorial on. You're going to have 9 pipe cleaners around your outer 2 rings and 6 on your inner 2 rings. So if you're not sure how to do this, anybody new, I have a tutorial on how to space your pipe cleaners on a 14-inch wreath frame from Dollar Tree. And it's, if you're on a budget and want to save some money, she works just as good. So we're going to start with the Pouf. And all we're wanting to do is going to take her and start scrunching the ends of her about just enough to get her a tail. Come on now. When you get her tail, anybody that's new watching for a Pouf, just make sure her ends are turned under here to keep them from sticking out. And I'm just going to clean her up here. Cut some of that tail off. This is why you might need a zip tie. Now you can use your pipe cleaners is fine, but I usually grab me a zip tie because I like to really make sure it's secured good. So just place your mesh down on top of your pipe cleaner that you're going to start with, and I'll take my zip tie and just put her through here, one ring. And while there, got your tail started. Okay, and if you're using a pipe cleaner, that'll be fine. You can actually just put her into this one if you like, that you're going to start in. I just, like I say, do this for extra security. So, I'm going to be making her Poufs now. I'm just going to straighten the mesh out as much as I can get her. Having the ends turned inside. And I'm going to measure out 10 inches. You can have any size Pouf you really like, but 10 is pretty much, I think, the ideal one. Okay, and just make your Pouf up there. Put it in the pipe cleaner. And since I'm adding ruffles and curls, I'm just going to give it like maybe just 3 good twists. Okay. Another one here. Guys, I'm freezing. Being Christmas. No, everyone, I'm picking at you. I'm just picking at you, trying to make you smile, somebody. But now I was just listening to the news a while ago, and I've been complaining how hot it is here in the Carolinas, like 90, and I said shame on me, because I just saw we're up in Vermont. I believe it was Vermont. I cannot believe how hot. Or maybe, I'm not sure if I'm telling you right, I'm sorry. But somewhere, it was like 117. I mean, I'm telling you the truth, guys. I heard 117, and I thought, wow, and I'm complaining. So I just, that's hot. I guess we just be thankful and just myself, you know, and just bear with it the best we can. Like they say, it's true. True. You may think it's bad sometimes, things in your life or what's going on, but it can always be worse. Okay, so I'm going to do right here, and if you are new, anybody, I'm just going to go back and make up my poofs. Just take your hands up under that mesh there and pull her out. Just going to make you a nice big poofy poof. And don't worry, sometimes if you might have one or two a little off. I always do. But it's okay. It'll work out by the time you have everything on it. I think I have a tendency to put the first one a little big. I don't know why, but anyway. So here we go for anybody that's never made a poof wreath. And I hope that you're new and had, because this way I can maybe be the one to help you learn how to make it. That makes me happy. So here we go. And now you can see through everything right now. But when she's finished, you'll see. So that's one reason I stick with the darker frames. But anyhow, there she is. Anybody had never done a poof, and there's the poof. So I'm going to do a few more here. And I just want to say, guys, too, I want to share that I have gotten some of those nicest comments and people, my regulars and even a few new ones, but I have gotten some that's really just touched me in a way, inspired me, and just, y'all know who you are, and I thank you. I thank you. I said, Lord, I was talking to him, I said, you know, there are still good people left. I think that's what keeps us going yet, guys. For those of you who don't mind me saying as a believer, I think that's what keeps us going, that there are still good people left. And I think once before, like I said, you know, sometimes it takes us to be one. So, I just want to share that. So when we get through here, we're going to have, excuse me so much, y'all. I might should have waited and done later this, but I'll be all right soon. I mean, it's just we get the heat, and I think and getting in my ear, and I sleep under a ceiling fan, which I know they say that ain't good. And I'm one of these too. I have to have it. Oh, I got to be cold when I sleep. I know it's weird, but y'all, I have to be cold when I sleep. But I have a snowman blanket on top of me. But you know, I don't know. It's weird. But I think that's one thing that makes me like this. But I wanted to get an early start because, like I said, I'd already been up. I wasn't going to lay back down. And I wanted to do this for you all. And I got some okra to pick today. Sure wish I could share some with you guys. That's one thing we always have good in our garden. And I know and you don't get mad, Northerners. Anybody I have on here from up north, or please, because I love everybody. I don't know if y'all like fried okra. But let me tell y'all, if you've never had it, I'm sorry, it's some good stuff. You fry that stuff up and have you a big old slice of tomato and some slaw with it, cornbread. And then I'll even throw in a few fried potatoes. Now that's a meal to me. But I'm going to do that today, and I promised my husband when he got home I'd have him some fried, and so anyway. Okay, guys, so if you can see here, we're coming to the end. Anybody that's new, we're coming to the end. I can show you there. We're fixing to come to the back where we started at the last poof. So let me get this one done for you. And okay. And just where, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, if you can see with the black, and I didn't think about that, but if you can see with the black, I've come back now to the first one. So what I'm going to do, I've got my 10-inch poof here measured. And I'm going to just pull it up here to the inner 2 rings. The inner 2, where I've got my poof at. And I'm just going to tie her into that first pipe cleaner. Get around there and I'll show you what I... Just tie her into that first pipe cleaner. Give her a couple times. So there we go with their poofs on the outside. Okay, if you can see all. And I tell you what, I am going to take a break myself. I've got to have some water, please, and all. But we'll be up with the inner. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, everyone, I'm back. And I'm just finishing up on the inside here. And so remember, you're going to have 6 poofs on the inside. And when I measure, it's kind of hard to measure from my mat here and all like I do. But one day you'll get to where probably 2, you can just eyeball it pretty good. About 10 inches. But I try to stick with my mat the best I can do from here to there. But you'll get to where you'll know that 10 inches and you can just pull it out there. And one thing about the poof mat that anybody knew, I like it because if you do mess up, it was one of the first ones I learned. You can always go back and just, you know, because there's no cutting it and all, take it out of wherever. And I know I hate to redo something. But it's worth it in the end, and it helps you learn. So, okay, so we're coming up on the end one on the inside, and now you want to make sure that you did not miss any. I used to kind of do that myself too. Pipe cleaner here, where's she at? Should have maybe used different pipe cleaners, but there she is. Okay. And just put her in there. And what you want to do when you get to the last one, just trim her off. Trim her off. Oops. Enough to have some kind of, take her little tail there you cut off and put her back through the back. Just stick her back through the back, through the 2 wires. And that's where I use my other zip tie. Or you can even use your, do a pipe cleaner. Like I've said, it's okay, whatever you prefer. Well, come on now. Turn her around, flip her over. See, I knew something was going to happen along my journey here because I always tend to. There we go. in. You can always go back and do the back, fix everything up. So just go in now. We're just going to poof out the center like we did the outside. One tip I'd like to give everybody, or if you don't know, and I know that you do know, I don't mean to be like a know-it-all or say, I just try to share some things maybe that I learned myself or had a problem with. But okay, like for example, this mesh I'm using here, it's not a very, it's a good mesh. I buy it a lot. It's really don't, I just like it. But I guess what I'm getting at is it's kind of a thinner texture. It does hold shape good, but what I was getting at was like the sign I'm going to be using. I have learned that when I have a lightweight or heavy sign, the key to, I think, it is having a mesh that will support that sign. For example, this sign is light, so it's going to go great with this mesh. It's not going to, in other words, am I making a little sense? Like, it's going to support it and hold it up good. But now if I was using like a heavy wooden sign, sometimes I tend to make those. I usually try to get a thicker mesh or maybe double my ruffles or something that is going to hold it, so because it does make a difference to me. Now maybe it's just the way I do things and all, but I had one time I put a heavy sign and some light mesh and it wouldn't stay up. It kind of sunk. So I said, well, I got to change that. So I guess that's what I'm getting at. But we're using a light sign today, and it's going to work out really good. So you can always go back and do your ruffles, your poofs out whenever you. And guys, another thing, when y'all start making wreaths, if you do new ones, and any of you, my dear subscribers, maybe it's just me too, but you're going to get to where sometimes these wreaths get to you. I swear. Because, you'll hear me say a lot. I'm sorry. You'll hear me say, because now I've been making them about 5 years or more off of tutorials. And ruffle, curl, poof, hoop, I'll call them everything sometimes. You'll just get that way. So it's okay. And one girl told me on here, bless her heart, one of my subscribers, I forget her name, but she said, Teresa, honey, you're okay. We know what you mean. So that made me feel better. But here she is, all ruffled up now, ready for the Christmas trimmings. You can see her pretty good on there. I wish I had me a big screen camera, but I don't. So there we go. And she's waiting on all her trimmings now. Okay. So, here we go with the ruffle part. And, let's see. I got my little rock here, the leaf. I'm going to have to find me a Christmas one, Miss Joyce. So, if you've never done a ruffle, guys, and I'm sure most of you all have, but if you haven't, you know what, I'm bad. I didn't have these pre-cut, I'm sorry. Like I said, I've been up early. But my ruffles, I'm going to do them at 15 inches. Let's see. And I'm just going to cut them with my little rotary cutter here. I sometimes usually don't use a wood burner for these because it tends to kind of, well, this here looks pretty good, and sometimes, the fraying can't be helped in most anything, but I'm just doing the wood, my little rotary tool here today, and 15-inch ruffles is what I'm going to have. So you're going to need 15 ruffles at 15 inches. How's that, guys? So 15 ruffles at 15 inches. I'll cut a few here. And do them. Tell you what, I'll just do these ruffles here and we'll move on. That way we can get the video going a little faster, guys. Okay, so my ruffle here, I'm going to do the ruffle, just a basic ruffle. You'll want to start with your curl end down. down. So to help me do a better ruffle too, you'll need a holding tool. And got my little rock here, a little stone. And I put it around the end. It just helps to, hold her down while you do your ruffle up. And then we're going to start the end here. And this helps on fraying too. Always make me a little hem. Just turn it down to the best you can. Don't have to be real straight. I know that sounds terrible, but it really don't. I mean, it won't make the difference when they all come together. So, if you haven't never done one, just put your thumbs and push in the middle like a little dam area with your 4 fingers. Anybody new? And then your other fingers is going to do the ruffling. So, just want to push in and scrunch up to you. Pull to you, scrunching. See how the rock holds it down, or whatever tool you choose. And then I'm just going to fold in my pieces here underneath a little bit, because that helps with the fraying. Like, see, you've got your other side turned in, so that's going to help there. And here's your ruffle. Okay, pretty little go ruffle. And I'm going to put her on the inside. I always work inside out, but however you choose, because I'm afraid if I don't, I'll forget the inside. I know me. And I'm going to take my ruffles here, and I'm just going to, you can put them that way, or you can do them this way. But guys, I'm going to go up and down today with them, right here. And it's really fine. I do this sometimes because it does give them a little, like they're kind of stacked. Or just, that's just how I prefer, but you can do them either way. Either way. Okay, so there's that one in. As you can see, she looks pretty good considering she was cut with a rotary. Okay, so we're just going to go on around another ruffle. And this is just a simple ruffle. Some people call them bow ties or ruffle. Whatever you choose. Okay, so your little hem again. Scrunch it up. Fingers and thumbs together, and you're walking your fingers up simply. Grabbing the ends with your 2 fingers. I hope you saw that the way the camera. And then just turn these underneath. And you see how I've got that and kind of stick and kind of, what I do here is I just pull this side in, and it kind of brings that in some more. So you will find, like guys, like I say, and I'm sorry if you don't get tired of me hearing, you probably get tired of me hearing this, but you will find ways, believe me, as you do them, you'll know what to do. That's why it's your wreath. Okay. So here we go. Just going on around. Okay. For about 2 or 3 turns, and just, or you can always go back and do the ruffling part up, but I just try to do, I don't know, sometimes I like doing this way for some reason. It's just something I tried one day, and I said, well, hey, I like stacking them up high like that, and that's however you want to do your ruffle. So here we go. Okay. Do one more, and I'll tell you what, do one more, and then I'm going to let you all take a little break. Sound like I'm in school, don't I? You know, sometimes I miss my school days. It's been a long time, but things are different today too, but anyway, I think I do have a little common sense sometimes. I mean, I don't know, long story there. My husband, he's always laughing at me. But I'm smarter than let's just put it this way, my family, I'm the one in the family that I am kind of, I guess, the entertainer, the clown, whatever, but I just always try to make my family feel good. And so anyway, what I'm getting at is, like, you know, they say there's never a dull moment with me. But anyway, my husband's always telling me, Teresa, you do have a little common sense. And I said, but I'm smarter than you think I am. So, And I think everybody has something, some kind of knowledge that maybe others is amazed that they know. Okay, so I know these black on black pipe cleaners is hard to see, and I guess I should have chosen another color. I've just got so many of these black ones. I try to use them when I can. Okay, and how I'm working with them here, you'll go back and work with them the way that you want to work with them till you get it looking how you want. There we go. So I'm going to finish all the other, let's see, 12. Got it right. And I'll be back, guys. I thank you for hanging with me. All right. Okay, y'all. Here she is. Gold in the black. And I did one thing different on the outer 2 rings. You remember I changed my mind. So, and just let me tell y'all, see how many times you change your mind, okay? I'm curious. Because we are women. Okay. What I did on the outer 2, where I turned my curls, my ruffles on the inside, up and down vertical, I kept the horizontal way on the outer 2. The original way we do ruffles. So see, that way my side 2 is going to be more supported with the ruffles that's going vertical. So there she is so far. I hope y'all think she's looking pretty. Okay, so we're going to go on to the curls now. I'm going to stand up a while. Remember, I chose this here. Okay, it's more of a just a plain mesh, just a poly mesh, I think, with the little gold strip in it. And I've cut my ruffles, guys, for those that's never made one, 10 inches, 10-inch ruffles. So simply I'm going to do the curl. See, there I go. I told you I've been doing them too long. This is a curl, okay. So just curl side up, it kind of curls anyway, and just form your curl. And I do want to show you something on some of mine too, in just a sec. Just curl it up, pinch in the center. See, even the edges on here look pretty clean. So there's not a whole lot of ruffling or fraying. I'm just going to go in here and put it in one of my ruffles. And now the black would be good for this because I can see the pipe cleaner with this color of mesh better. And just turn it a couple times because you're going to add ribbon. And I like to go down and pinch my pipe cleaner because it gets my curls standing up too some. What I want to tell you what's on my mind right quick, and it may help somebody because it helped me, like fraying. Okay, and I've told you before, I think in another one, another tutorial if you've seen it. Okay, for example, fraying, and where you have, sometimes you're going to have some fraying sometimes. It's kind of like something's going to be. But if you can see right here, got this piece right here. See how she's really kind of, I don't know if you can make it out. She's kind of got a little more than I want on her right there. Or even here. But what I'm getting at is just simply take your glue gun and just run it. You don't have to give her a big gloop of it. A glop. Just run it along the edge. When you see your glue starting to come out lightly, run it across the edge of that fraying and it will stop it. It will seal it off. It stops that fraying. I wish I saw a piece a while ago that really needed it badly. Let's see. But if you can see me right here, can you see that kind of... Okay, I just take it and just lightly squeezing and just go down my side of my curl or where it's fraying, ruffle, and see how it seals it off. And you don't even really see it, especially by the time you get your bows on and all, ribbons. So see, that's a little thing you might want to keep in mind if you ever have a bad spot of some fraying. That does help. It really does. Okay, so another curl, and we're coming around with the curls again. Coming around with the curls again. What kind of saying's that? I don't know. Anyway, guys, I do want to share something with you while you're watching this. I don't want you to get bored. That's one reason I talk. I want to try to have a conversation with you all, even though we don't talk back face to face, and I'm not live. But and then there again, I hope, you know, if I can make someone's day, or just, I've always told you, you don't have to be a friend or care about somebody not to ever see them in person. You know, I mean, you don't. I mean, so what I'm getting at is everybody matters to me that watches my videos. You matter to me. You are somebody. And I want to feel like I'm talking to somebody, okay? And not just me and this camera. But what I want to share with you right quick, I'm going to be doing some ribbon in a little bit. You saw the gold glitter ribbon. Like, remember the... Okay, this here. Okay, she's lovely, but she does come off a lot. I mean, I probably got her all over me now from when I cut her a while ago, but I did just want to share this with you. And there's a little moral to it. Maybe it might help someone. But it was like one day I was in Hobby Lobby. It's been a while, and I'm a salad lover, guys. I do love my salad. I mean, I love salads. They're good for you, too. I kind of want to look at you a little bit, maybe. And I had eat one day. Had broccoli in it, you know, and so I'm always getting stuff in my teeth. I mean, it's just, especially since I'm missing some in the back, and they get stuck, whatever. But anyhow, and I do try to take care of my teeth. I brush my teeth. I go to the dentist when I can. But I was in Hobby Lobby one day, and I had me a salad, and I went in there, and I was looking, and y'all know me from what you see here on camera is what you get in real life. So anyway, and I love speaking to people, because you never know, somebody might need a kind word somewhere. I've been in their shoes. So anyway, just a couple of ladies come by me a couple times, and I was saying like, hey, how are you guys? Is everybody having a good time? You know, and they said yes and smiled, you know, and all, but they kind of didn't, I don't know, didn't look at me funny. Of course, I am funny looking, but anyway, just, you know, and I thought, okay, so down through the next couple of aisles, there was this other lady, and I just said hello to her. You know, I don't make big comments. I just said hello, and she smiled at me, and she said, honey, she said, well, hello to you too. And she said, I don't want you to take this wrong, but she said, I feel like if somebody don't tell you, you ain't gonna know it. And I didn't know what she was gonna say, honestly. I didn't, because it didn't dawn on me. And she looked at me and she said, but ma'am, you have a big old piece of broccoli stuck there in your teeth. I said, what? She said, Jen, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. And I said, no. I said, thank you for telling me. I said, everybody else has been looking at me kind of funny, and no one said anything. And I went and looked in one of their mirrors, and sure enough, it was right up under my area where it had. I said, Lord, man. I said, thank you for telling me. I mean, because it embarrassed me. I think I was walking around with a big old, and it had to be noticeable. I swear. So what I'm getting at, y'all, they say there's a first time for everything. Well, just remember, if you head it out, check them teeth. Because there are some people that won't tell you. And I know, I get it. But honestly, I'm glad she told me, because I'm a smiler. So anyway, guys, just, if you like your broccoli, beware of the broccoli, because it's gonna be there in your teeth one day. So I promise you. Okay, so I just wanted to share that and hope somebody got a little chuckle there. Okay. So here we go. The curls are all coming around, and remember they're cut at 15 inches, but like I say, when you can always do your sizes the best how you want them. And let's see. And I would like to add, please, I'd appreciate it too. You know, talking about my giveaway, I want to try, I've only had one, and I do want to do this because that's me. I mean, and how do I want to say this? You know, I want to try and do good ones. And I do appreciate you. I do. But that's me, because I don't know, I love giving things to people when I can. And so what I'm getting at is, y'all, please leave me some comments, because of what maybe some of you would like to see me having a giveaway. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not rich. Matter of fact, I'll just share this with you. I've got a little jar I throw my money in now and then when I sell a wreath or two. And, you know, I'm a firm believer. And I hope, I just want to say this, you know, you can't outgive God. And it doesn't matter. I don't give to give. I want to give. But anyway. So throw me in some comments, please. Mention some things. I thought about some home decor, but I don't know the color of your all's homes or stuff. I don't know, you know, people like different things. Kind of got this in a little backwards. But I would appreciate it, you know. I mean, you know, and then if I can do it, okay, and if I can't, you know, but I would like to have some ideas. I will say this, I told the good Lord, I said, if I'm here Christmas, you know, and all, I said, I really want to do a special one, because it's Christmas time. You know, Christmas time, we treat, speaking of that, since we're doing a Christmas wreath, you know, I know me too, people, and I'm as guilty as anybody else. Believe me, every day, but I try. But sometimes, why is it we wait and treat people the best at Christmas time? So anyway, just, I'd appreciate that. Help me figure out what to do. Make it easier for me when I go to pick out my new giveaway. Okay? So we're about to finish here, and then I'm going to get the bows. The bows. Have to think. So, come on now. Listen. There it is. And just like this one I'm making today, what I'll probably do, Christmas is my biggest time on my store selling my wreaths. I do really good at Christmas. I thank God for that. But probably the ones I make, swap them out until time to list them on my store. I usually try to list about the end of October. But you know, I'll tell you something. If anybody is interested in one, you know, and you could always let me know in a comment if you're serious. And I put my time and my heart into it for you and make you one. And I can list it for you on my store. Tell you how to go about purchasing it. But that's just what I'm going to throw at you. So, okay, how many more we got here? Let's see. Okay. And I think this is going to really look pretty. I'm not barfing as much as I was. Had my coffee. My big old glass of water a while ago, and when I get through here, probably gonna go fix me a couple of eggs. Can't eat no breakfast yet. A couple of eggs and maybe, piece of toast and jelly. I think that'll be pretty much all I need for breakfast. I do like to eat, guys. I love food. I do. I love food. At my place, they'll say, you better eat what you want, because if you don't, Teresa's going to get it. And talking about food while I go, well, I mentioned okra up north and all of that, and even in Midwest and places and all that, you know, I know we all have different foods. But I tell you, I don't think there's nothing I wouldn't like to eat, and I would surely try something somewhere else. I've been a few places in my life. I'll tell you about that sometimes. But anyway, here she is, guys. Isn't she looking kind of pretty? So, all right, there's the curls. I know this is taking a little longer today, and I'm sorry, but, you know, like I say, I appreciate you chilling out with me. It makes my day, and maybe something that I said, or just my wreath itself, adds something a little to your day. Okay, so on the outer two rings, I'm going to put my, see, I think I got all my curls in. I always check, because I have left out some before. Okay. So I'm doing on the outer two, well, no, I'm going to start on the inner first, get that out of the way. So I'm going to place my little gold ones here. And the black ones, the little 6 on the inner. Okay? And guys, for those of you that has not done a ducktail, I just usually try to do this, because I feel like when I first started, I didn't know how. And I know that sounds silly, but I didn't know how. So you just want to take your ribbon, crease it in the middle, fold it at the bottom, and I learned some new words, guys. You want to just cut at the wired edge, with the wired edge facing you, cut into the crease where it's folded. And I don't know how you can see. Cut into the crease where it's folded. If that makes sense, or you can see it being left-handed. I don't know how you're seeing it on the camera, but I hope that helps. You just cut on the wired edge, go that way, and cut it into the crease. And you've got your little slits for ducktails. Okay. So, let's see here. I'm going to put I think I'm going to do some black on top. Well, it doesn't really matter, I don't guess, because when you spread them out or lay them out, they're going to show anyway. So here we go. I'm starting in the center. I think I do need to stand back up. I'll try to get y'all where you can see good. My lighting out here, sometimes the sun's not shining right in yet in my room, but I've got some light on behind me. I hope it helps. Okay, so I'm going to put her in here. Twist her a few good times. And sometimes your pop clip might be a little longer than you want. No, wait a minute, I'm about to mess up. You know what, guys? And I really hope that you've stayed with me today, because I've done it again. I've left out something. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Here we go, guys. I'm sorry. I forgot these. We're going to add Christmas balls. See how the black and the gold and the little snowflakes and all? I just thought they were so pretty too to add into it. Matter of fact, that's what I put on my one I made last year, and I had these left. I've only got 5, so we'll work it out. So what made me think of that right now was the ribbon, when I'm tying them in, I was going to cut this pop cleaner off, but I'm not now because I've got something else to go into it. Okay? I'm just going to leave him, make sure, because I don't know where I'm going to put him yet. Okay. So there we go. See, you've got to wait for that. You've got to wait and see where Teresa forgets something every day. Every time. Okay. I knew there was something I wasn't saying or showing you. Okay. So I'm just going to put these two in and then see how to spread them out, and then I'm going to finish them off so you all can have to watch all that. So like I said, the gold here, it's got wire in it pretty good. Now the black's not, it's lightly wired, but that's okay. It's still going to stand out. Same here. And if when I find out where I'm going to put my balls, my Christmas balls, then I'll come back and like just trim off my pipe cleaners and push them down under your ribbon. Throw them down under your ribbon. Because I cut them out now and I needed them. I have no way to tie anything in. So there we go. There's our first two of the smaller ribbon. Okay? So thank you again, and we're going to be done soon. Okay. Okay, everyone, here she is, all ribboned up. She's making a really pretty full wreath. I decided I went with the plaid and the big gold on the outer two, and then on the inner you saw the little gold and the little black. So now we're ready for a sign. And I do thank y'all for bearing with me. I really do. I know it's a long one, but... So anyhow, our sign here, it came with a string, but I did cut it off because I was afraid with all the openings here it would show behind. But I'm thankful for the little holes in it because I took my pipe cleaners here and just put two together and put them to the sides. I'm going to put it on the side rings. So, and one reason I use two, as I tell my faithful subscribers know this, I've just tied two together because when I use one pipe cleaner for my signs, I have trouble, guys. I can't do it with one because I'm always meshing my sign into my wreath, trying to get it fed through and tighten it. So two works better for me. But however you can do it the best, you decide. Okay, so I've got two on here, tied together two here, and we're going to place it in. Let's see. And I'll try to place it, but I always have to go back, guys. Most of you know that I have to put it on my door and readjust it because I just can't do it too good looking down at it. So find you an opening somewhere. I'm gonna try to do it on, like I said, on the side of the wreath, not the tops of it. And just stick it down through there until you feel it come through. Okay. You can always go back and do your ribbons and all, straighten them up, and the sign too. That's one reason I like to use my pipe cleaners when I can for a sign. It's okay if you have to glue one sometimes or whatever, however you choose to do. It's your wreath and it's all good. But a lot of times in the past, even a wreath for myself, I have changed my sign sometimes out just for me or something. So it's easier to just take it out with the pipe cleaner. Okay, so I'm going around two rings because it seems to give it more support than just wrapping it around one. Twisting it pretty good. I'm going to go down the other side now. Okay. And like I said, everybody, I'll have to get it adjusted. If it looks crooked, I mean, I'm sorry. I have to look at it on the door. I don't know why. Anyway. Okay. And then whichever one I come closest to or it's going to work best for me. This one's coming to the outer two. I guess the way I've got it put on, but... Okay. Wrap it around. Okay, so let's get let's see. Like I say, you have to work with her, or I'll have to work with her, but, and you know, you can do many, many signs of your choice. Like I said, I grabbed this one because I do think it was pretty, but I just thought, well, and actually I was thinking a while ago, Hobby Lobby, when I got it on the clearance for after Christmas last year, I think that I got it for $2, and that's one reason I was trying to get me some stuff on a budget. You know, and so you just want to pull your ribbons out, get them placed how you want. If you want to come up through some of the sign, it's fine. Or I think I've even seen some of these signs at Dollar Tree around the season. You know, they might have been some there. Okay. So this is how she looks so far. I do want to tell you this though. If you saw the little holes in the oak and where I put my pipe cleaners, I'm going to add these little bows to it in just a second, and that will cover my holes. So I'll show you when I get her hung up. I'm going to show you how to do one of these little bows, and then we'll get it on. So I'm going to go to my, let's see, no, we got to do the Christmas balls. Y'all got to help me remember. Alright, so let's just see what this looks like. And so there she goes. She's straight, but I'm still going to have to kind of work with her a little bit. How? Okay. Now we're going to add the Christmas balls. That's what it was. And I decided to put them, of course, on the outer edges. I've only got 5 to work with. That's all I had left from last time. But that's why I didn't cut my pipe cleaners off a while ago. I couldn't decide where I was going to place them, but now I know. So I'm going to work with 5 and just place them like... Now, you can glue these. It's up to you. You can use a zip tie. But because these little holes are in the... where you hang them, I'm just going to use... well, place them in my pipe cleaners I didn't cut. So all I'm going to do there, I'm going to make sure with 5 that I have them kind of evened out. So I do want one kind of like, let's see, on the bottom here. And you can always change them. Remember that. You can always change them. Let's start here because I might add a bow later. I don't know. And I'm just taking my pipe cleaner, I didn't cut it, and sliding it down into that. It's hard to show you that probably, but, and just twist the pipe cleaner around the little place where you would hang in the ornament. Normally on your tree, or just place the pipe cleaner in that little opening. Okay, you see she's on there. She's on there. Okay, so I'm going to go around a little bit more to, let's see, I'm probably going to space out a little bit. You can always move them, guys, if they don't come out. I just try to kind of get them even a little bit. And I'm just putting them, I know it's hard to see, I'm just taking your pipe cleaner here. That's why I didn't want to cut them while I go, about messed up. And put it in there, slide it down, and just grab the other piece of the pipe cleaner and give it a few twists. Let's see. And then too, see that way, the Christmas balls can be changed, or you can take them out if you don't want to use them. So you have options with this wreath. I'll go around and maybe put one in here. Before I get through after a while, I forget. Do remember, please, the giveaway. I thank God for my subscribers. I have a lot, but I sometimes feel like something's gotten away from me. But yeah, it makes me sad. But anyway, I do hope that you remember to maybe subscribe and get your name in the giveaway. Okay, I mean, you can't win unless you get in there. And I would appreciate it so much. So don't forget that. So I'm going to finish these 2 guys. I'm going to get it on the door for you. Okay, and then we're going to go from there, and then I'll be done. Alright. Okay, everyone. Here she is. Hope you can see her pretty good. I'm going to try to find a better way to show my finished wreath off than this door here. The problem is, the camera, I really don't know how to, there's still certain things I don't know how to do. I could take you to my regular house door, but then I have no way to work my camera, and I can't do it like this. I know, it sounds crazy, but anyway, I hope you can see her really good. There will be a full picture of her when I get the tutorial on. But as you can see, I've added a little dove. Now, this is just me. I do things like this, add my decor, and so I just chose a little dove. But this is the bows that we're going to put on like this, to put in these little holes right here. I told you about the sign, and that'll just give it a little more plaid. So I'm going to show you how I made these right quick, and then we'll put them on. Okay? So let me get you down here so you can see quickly. Let's see. Okay, all I did, see all my glitter, I cut these out about 9 inches. 9 inch, and I'm not going to do anything to the ends. Okay, because they're going to make like the closed bow. I don't know what kind you'd call this. I just call her my little tiny bow. And what I do simply, and I bet you all of you know how to do this, and if I'm showing something you know, forgive me. Maybe there's somebody that don't know. But just crease her in the middle. And then from the middle, take each end and just turn each end to the middle. Maybe go over a little dab in the middle with it, because you're going to overlap them. Okay? And then this side, just keep in mind where the crease is and just kind of overlap it. You want to overlap it. Okay? And to keep the middle together on you, just add you a little glue. So I add a little glue right here where I folded the bottom one onto her. And then overlap her a bit. Okay? Hot. And as she's drying, we're going to make the other. So you're just going to have her like, it's going to be like a solid, just a band with the back. Really easy, and I know you guys know. But, so again, and I've done 9 inches because I felt that was a good size for that area. So just crease her. Okay? And take one end to the crease, kind of go over a little dab just to give you some more room for the overlapping. And then go meet here with the other part and go over a little bit, lapping it. Okay? Then I put my glue on the bottom one, where I'm going to put the overlap one on top. Just takes a little bit, because your pipe cleaner is going to really keep it in place for you. I just don't like it coming loose on you while you're putting the pipe cleaner on. Okay, so then we got that one. So then I'm taking the one that's dry here, and all you're going to do, I use a half of a pipe cleaner. Just scrunch her in the center like you would like a little scrunching. You know, just pull her together, gather her. See how she's going to look? And just put the pipe cleaner around her. Simple as that, guys. See, I can do it. I can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it. Give her a few twists, because she's going into the holes in the sign. Sometimes I don't get them too centered, but okay, so there she is. And then the other one's ready, and we're just going to do her the same way. Just pinch her like you would your ribbons, yeah. And the pipe cleaner. Or you could even use a zip tie, whichever one you all are used to. That will be fine. Okay? And then here she is. So I'm just going to get you back up here if I can try, so bear with me. Come on now. Okay. So we're just going to take her, the little hose that was in the sign where I put the pipe cleaners. This is just a little added to it, and it brings out some more of the plaid. Just going to stick it in here. And it has the pipe cleaner that you got your signing with. And you're just going to twist her in the back a few times. Twist her back and just stuff that pipe cleaner down in there. Okay, there she is. There's one of them. And then we're going to do her other one. I'm sorry to be in the way. Get over here a minute and see. Oops, sorry. Sometimes things are a little backwards to me. Okay. Let me get back over here. So if you can see them, and you can open them up, the loops. Oh, come on now. Fingers don't work sometimes. And that's just the way, you know, like I said, of hiding your hose. If you've ever got any little hose on a wreath or something that you want to hide, just disguise them with a few little bows or something, or anything that'll work. But there she is, guys. I hope you like my Christmas in July wreath. And I apologize for the video being long, but I hope maybe somebody learned a little something and just spending time with me, because I like spending time with y'all. So I thank you, and it's Christmas in July only, but until then, be good, everybody, because Santa Claus is real. He's real in your heart, and he's watching. So everybody, thank you. Thank you again for being with me, for making my day. And don't forget the giveaway. And remember to subscribe, please, I ask. And thank you again. Till next time, everybody. Merry Christmas.